Alex is an Earth ambassador visiting a distant alien planet for the first time. Alex is nervous, excited, and slightly clumsy, perfect for creating suspense. The alien princess, Liora, is graceful, intelligent, but has a mysterious aura. Alex is supposed to greet her formally, but trips over a ceremonial decoration. In an awkward moment, Alex accidentally bumps into Liora, and accidentally kisses her. Alex is panicked, embarrassed, unsure how to react. Liora seems amused but strangely calm. She doesn't scold him, she explains that on her planet, a kiss is a sign of courage and trust. Alex learns that their culture has hidden rules humans don't understand, creating tension and suspense. Alex struggles to understand alien customs, fumbling between diplomacy and accidental intimacy. Liora guides him subtly, showing intelligence and playfulness, but also a hint of danger. The scene ends with a mysterious warning from an alien advisor: "Be careful, human." The princess tests everyone, but not all survive her game. Fade out with Alex staring at Liora, torn between fear, curiosity, and fascination. Welcome to my channel Sci-Fi Love Story. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Alex had always imagined what it would be like to meet aliens. He pictured grand halls, strange creatures, and maybe a handshake or two. But he never imagined tripping and kissing a princess by accident. And yet, here he was, standing in the glowing grand hall of the Zypharan Palace, feeling his face turn red beneath the soft blue lights. The palace itself was breathtaking. Towering spires of crystal reached high into the sky, connected by floating bridges. The walls shimmered with color, shifting patterns that made him dizzy just looking at them. "Remember, Alex," Ambassador Vaughn had said quietly as they entered, "this is no ordinary visit. Zypharans value grace and precision. One mistake, one wrong gesture, and it could go very badly." Alex had nodded. He wanted to impress these aliens, wanted to represent Earth with honor, but his stomach twisted with nerves. And then he saw her. Princess Liora. She moved down the staircase as though floating, her silver hair catching the light and glowing softly. Her gown seemed made of liquid light, shifting and flowing with her every step. Her eyes, bright, pale blue, almost glowing, fixed on him as if she could see every secret thought in his mind. Alex's heart skipped a beat. He took a careful step forward to bow, but his foot caught on the corner of a ceremonial rug. "Oh no," he whispered. His arms flailed for balance. And then, he fell forward. His lips collided with Liora's. Time seemed to stop. The guards froze. Even the shimmering walls of the palace seemed to hold their breath. Liora blinked once, then tilted her head and smiled. "Do it again," she said softly. Alex's brain froze. "Wait, what?" he stammered. I didn't mean," she raised an eyebrow, a playful gleam in her glowing eyes. "Do it again, human. You are intriguing. I cannot yet decide if you are foolish or brave. But you caught my attention." Alex's face turned crimson. He stumbled backward, nearly tripping over the rug again. He looked around, panicked. The guards shifted slightly but did not intervene. The hall was silent except for the soft hum of the palace energy walls. I'm so sorry," Alex muttered, stumbling to his feet. I mean, Liora's smile grew. "On Zyphara, a kiss can be a test. It measures courage, honesty, and curiosity. You have passed the first part." Alex blinked. "A test? That was a test." "Yes," Liora said, stepping closer, her eyes never leaving his. "Few humans have ever reached this point. You are special." Alex tried to speak, but words failed him. He felt a strange mix of panic and curiosity. There was something magnetic about her presence, something dangerous and yet oddly comforting. "Follow me," she said abruptly, turning and gliding toward a side corridor. Alex followed, trying not to stumble again. His human legs felt clumsy in this alien palace. The corridors were filled with walls that shifted patterns constantly, like moving paintings. The floors shimmered like liquid glass. The air was alive with soft music, almost imperceptible, that seemed to calm Liora and alert him. Finally, they entered a chamber filled with glowing, floating plants. The leaves pulsed with soft blue and purple lights, and the air smelled faintly of jasmine mixed with something alien. "This is the Garden of Reflection," Liora said. "Few humans have seen it. Few Zypharans even come here. It is a place to test courage, trust, and understanding." Alex's mouth went dry. "It's beautiful," he said, barely above a whisper. Liora studied him carefully. "This is your first real challenge, human. You may leave if you wish. But if you stay, you will face tests of courage, curiosity, and trust. Understand? Alex nodded, heart racing. I understand. Good. She stepped closer, her eyes glowing. First, you must prove you are not afraid. Courage is not just strength. It is facing fear and acting despite it. Suddenly, a small, glowing creature appeared. It looked like a fox made of light, with fur shimmering like starlight and eyes that glowed red. It hissed softly, floating toward Alex. Alex jumped back, tripping over a low branch of a glowing plant. Whoa, what is that? Liora's lips curved into a soft smile. Do not fear, this creature tests your reaction. Will you run, or will you observe and respond? Alex froze for a moment, then slowly extended a hand toward it. The fox circled him once, studied him, and then relaxed. Courage, Liora said approvingly. Not the absence of fear, human, but action despite it. Alex exhaled. One test done, one down. He wondered how many more there could be. Next, Liora said, is curiosity. Humans often hesitate to ask questions. Curiosity is how you learn and survive. Alex swallowed. Princess, why did you tell me to kiss you again? Her eyes sparkled. Because you were honest, human. You were unafraid. You did not hesitate. You have intrigued me. That kiss, it was a promise. A promise of what may come if you continue to learn. Alex's brain short-circuited again. He wanted to apologize, to run, to explain, but he couldn't. He only nodded. Finally, she said, stepping closer, is trust. You must trust that I will not harm you. That I will not punish mistakes. Do you trust me, human? Alex looked into her glowing blue eyes. There was no malice there. Only curiosity, and maybe, amusement. He nodded. I trust you. Liora's expression softened. She leaned closer, so close that he could feel the warmth radiating from her. Then, human, you have passed the tests of this chamber. Few outsiders succeed. Few even understand what they are participating in. You may leave, or continue to explore. Alex's mind raced. Explore, continue, what did she mean? Before he could respond, a loud alarm echoed through the palace. Red lights flashed along the walls. Guards appeared at the entrances, their silver skin reflecting the soft glow of the garden. Liora's expression hardened. Someone is attempting to enter restricted areas. You, stay close. Alex nodded, panic rising. He followed her as she moved gracefully through hidden corridors, avoiding the main patrols. Every turn revealed a new marvel. Walls that shifted like liquid, doors that seemed to vanish, hallways that glowed from unseen sources. They reached a balcony overlooking the alien city. The view was breathtaking. Glowing towers, floating ships, and streams of light weaving through the sky. Humans, Liora said, turning to him, you have shown courage, curiosity, and trust. But the next test is not just about you. It is about choice, survival, and understanding. And I will not warn you again. Alex's stomach tightened. Whatever came next, he realized, it could change everything. Liora smiled, a mixture of playfulness and seriousness. Rest for now, human. When you wake, your lessons will continue. And perhaps, you will finally understand why I said, do it again. Alex stood frozen, staring at her retreating figure. The weight of what had happened, and what might come, pressed down on him like a physical force. He had kissed an alien princess, passed her fur, sent tests, and now found himself trapped in a world of rules and mysteries he barely understood. And somewhere deep in his mind, one thought repeated, Alex barely slept that night. Even though the palace's soft glow and hum of energy should have been calming, his mind refused to rest. Images of Princess Liora, the kiss, her glowing eyes, her playful yet commanding presence, played on an endless loop in his head. When he finally opened his eyes, the garden's soft light greeted him. Liora was already there, floating gracefully among the pulsing plants. She seemed to know he hadn't slept well, and there was a faint smile on her face. Rise, human, she said softly. Today, your next test begins. Alex swallowed hard. Next test? Yes, she said, her eyes glinting. Courage and trust have been tested. Now comes curiosity and adaptability. You will see things you do not understand. You will be asked to make choices. And your decisions will matter. Alex nodded, trying to hide his nervousness. I'll do my best. Good. Liora extended a hand. Then follow me. The secret path they left the garden through a hidden door Alex hadn't noticed before. Beyond it lay a winding staircase carved into crystal, spiraling downwards. As they descended, Alex noticed strange symbols glowing faintly along the walls. Liora glanced at them and smiled. These symbols are old. They record the wisdom of my people. Few outsiders can read them, and fewer still understand their meaning. Alex craned his neck. Can I read them? You can try, Liora said, her voice soft. But sometimes, understanding comes not from reading, but from feeling. Alex frowned, trying to focus. The symbols seemed to shift when he looked away, almost as if they were alive. He shook his head. He had always considered himself intelligent, but this was beyond human logic. Finally, they reached the bottom of the stairs and entered a chamber filled with water-like liquid that glowed beneath their feet. It rippled with every step, yet it did not touch them. Strange structures rose from the liquid, glowing softly like jellyfish suspended in midair. This, Liora said, is the chamber of choices. Every action here has consequences. One wrong step, and you may fail. But you will learn much about yourself if you are careful. Alex swallowed. The chamber was beautiful, almost hypnotic, but he could feel tension in the air. He had to focus. The first challenge, a floating platform, rose in front of Alex, glowing faintly. Words appeared in a language he could barely comprehend, then shifted into English-like shapes he could read. Step forward. Risk. Or turn back. Courage will be rewarded. Alex hesitated. His instinct screamed to turn back. But Liora's eyes held him in place. They were calm, but commanding. He stepped forward. The platform moved slowly, carrying him over the glowing liquid. Below, he could see faint shapes, creatures moving in the water-like glow. They didn't seem hostile, but their eyes glimmered with intelligence. Halfway across, a tentacle-like shadow rose from the liquid. Alex froze. The shadow reached out, not with malice, but with testing intent. Alex remembered Liora's first test. Courage was acting despite fear. Slowly, he extended a hand toward the shadow. It touched his palm lightly, then retreated. The platform stopped. A soft glow enveloped him. You see, Liora's voice was beside him. Courage is not just bravery. It is understanding. You must act with both heart and mind. Alex exhaled, a rush of relief washing over him. The first challenge was complete. The second challenge, Liora led him deeper into the chamber. A holographic projection appeared in front of them. A scene of the palace under attack by unseen forces. Alarms rang out, red lights flashing across the floor. This is your test of judgment, Liora said. You must decide who to save. The palace guards, my advisors, or the citizens outside. Alex's mind raced. He wanted to save everyone, but he realized it was impossible. Time moved quickly. Each choice would have consequences. He took a deep breath. He focused on the citizens outside the palace first, guiding holographic barriers to protect them. Then he directed guards to cover advisors and secured critical systems. The simulation ended. Liora studied him carefully. Humans are unpredictable, but you think, you adapt, you prioritize. That is rare. Alex felt a small surge of pride, but also exhaustion. Every test Liora gave him seemed impossible. And yet, he wanted to succeed. He wanted her approval. The garden returns after the chamber. Liora led Alex back to the glowing garden. He stumbled slightly, still shaken by the challenges. Liora floated beside him, serene and graceful. You have done well, she said. Few humans last this long. Most fail by the third test. Alex looked at her, trying to catch his breath. Why are you testing me like this? Her eyes softened. Because, human, I am curious. Humans are fragile, but you have something different. You are willing to learn, to risk, to trust. That is why I watch you closely. Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. He had never felt so nervous, yet so connected to someone. He opened his mouth to speak, but Liora interrupted softly. Do you remember the first kiss? Alex froze. Yes. That was not just a test, she said. It was a measure of your honesty and courage. And perhaps, curiosity. You responded well. That is why you are still here. Alex felt heat rush to his cheeks. He didn't know what to say. Why? He could feel her eyes on him, glowing softly, studying him. The moment of choice, Liora stepped closer, her gaze piercing. Now, human, a final choice. You may leave. You may return to your world. Or you may stay. Stay with me, and face challenges that will test every skill, every thought, every emotion you have. Alex's mind raced. He had never been faced with such a decision. Returning to Earth meant safety, simplicity, and familiarity. Staying meant danger, uncertainty, and Liora. He looked into her eyes, glowing softly in the garden light. Somehow, he knew that leaving was not an option he wanted to choose. I want to stay, he said finally. Liora's lips curved into a faint, approving smile. Very well, human. You are brave enough to make this choice. But know this, bravery alone is not enough. You must continue to learn, adapt, and understand. And perhaps, if you succeed, you will finally understand why I said. She paused, leaning slightly closer, her voice soft but teasing. Do it again. Alex's stomach tightened. Every instinct screamed caution, but he also felt a strange thrill. Whatever was coming next, he knew it would change everything. The threat emerges before Alex could respond. A shadow fell over the garden. One of the palace security drones hovered above them, lights flashing red. Princess Liora, it said in a mechanical voice, an unauthorized intrusion has been detected in the outer palace sectors. Threat level, high. Liora's expression darkened. Stay close, human, she said. Your lessons are not over. And now, you will see why understanding is as important as courage. Alex followed her, heart pounding. They moved quickly through the palace corridors, avoiding patrols and automated defenses. Liora's calm, precise movements contrasted sharply with his own nervous, clumsy steps. Finally, they reached a secure observation chamber. From here, Alex could see the city outside. A massive ship hovered above, cloaked, and strange creatures moved across the streets, attacking without warning. Do you understand, human? Liora asked. This is real. These are not simulations. Every decision you make affects lives. Alex swallowed hard. I think so. But how do we stop them? Liora's eyes glimmered. With trust, with courage, with understanding, and with your choices. Are you ready? Alex nodded. For the first time, he felt fully committed. Whatever came next, he would face it. He had already survived impossible tests, and he knew that leaving was no longer an option. The bond deepens as they prepared to confront the threat. Liora placed a hand gently on Alex's shoulder. You have shown me much, human. And perhaps, I am beginning to see something I have not felt in centuries. Trust, curiosity, why, and perhaps, a spark of something more. Alex looked at her, heart racing. I feel it too, but I don't know if I'm ready for everything. She smiled softly. Readiness is a human concept. You either act, or you do not. And now, you must act. The camera-like eyes of the hovering drone followed their every move as Liora led Alex toward the main palace hall. Outside, the alien invaders advanced, and the city trembled with their arrival. Alex felt fear, excitement, and anticipation all at once. He had kissed a princess. He had faced impossible tests. And now, he was part of a story far greater than anything he had imagined. Whatever happened next, he knew one thing: he would not fail. Not now, not ever. End.